Oh,
Here we go.
I might have access to
Hello.
All right. Here we go. Give me a sec.
that. Oh no, I loaded up Darkside Phil's Patreon instead. Hold on. Here we go. All right, big difference.
Do you really give him money?
Oh, no. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Q&A number 2. This is for the GameLife episode. I'm Fredrik Knudsen. This is going to be recorded more in a podcast style because I'm not doing this alone this time. This time I have Guru Larry, my co-host for this episode.
By popular demand. Hello again.
And I have Geoff Mendocino, former member of GameLife.
Hello, you.
You got, God damn it. You might remember, Geoff was the person who was interviewed for the episode. He popped up a couple of times. He's also the guy that went partway through. He's a little more
I worked on my
tame
speech
now.
patterns, and I found a balance between screaming like a moron and also not saying like every 2 seconds. So maybe this will be better.
I mean, even back then, you were better than the rest of the cast.
Oh,
To be honest. At least you have personality. Oof. There we go. Hot take. Hot fucking take.
Ouch.
Like, what is this? Hold on.
3
This
cinder
is
blocks.
I'm just
Three
sitting here
five
smiling,
glasses, yeah.
over a decade
grimacing
late.
over here.
So we've got about 20 questions, and we're going to do our best to get through them decently well. People on the post, on the Ask thread, were informed that Larry and Geoff would be here, and so we got questions for all of us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like,
Some of
why,
these are directed
why
to
do
you
you want
guys.
him on your show again? Please don't have him on your show. No, that's the question.
Actually, no. All the comments, all of the questions are like, "Wow, we really liked Larry," and like obviously people in the comment section are just going to be really vitriolic anyway. But I
Yeah.
think most people did like having you on. If like, as long as I don't have too many guest hosts. There was a really similar backlash to having Julie on for the Neopets episode.
She was really good as well.
She was a sweetheart.
Yeah, I know,
there.
right?
Yeah.
She was so
she's
passionate.
great. Yeah, no, I brought her on because she was so specifically passionate about it. Anyway, we're here for GameLife.
Yes, yes.
We need to stay focused because we don't have too much time. Larry needs to go in a
No, I
little
don't.
while.
No, I
you
don't.
don't?
I've got 2 hours.
I think it was me,
All right,
maybe.
yeah.
I'm
All right,
playing
all
hooky at work right now,
Yeah.
so.
All right.
Geoff is the one with the life here. So.
Oh no, Geoff life.
Okay, first
Your daily
question.
dose of hooking off work.
Ugh. PTSD. Oh, go ahead.
First question comes from Zachary Maynard. Will GameLife ever have its sitcom reunion episode? Good start.
Who's taking this? Is this me?
I'm guessing it's you.
Okay.
I'm going to direct this one to you.
All right. Short answer, no. Long answer, no. Probably not. Unless they all of a sudden come out of nowhere and start communicating and want to be in the limelight again, which I feel like that time is probably past if they were going to do that. I don't think it's going to happen, which breaks my heart.
No, you're not
All
planning
right.
like a Roseanne comeback where she isn't, where Andrew isn't involved and everyone else is there. So-
Yeah, Roseanne's comeback unfortunately didn't end that well either. So,
No, the comeback is you all, like, threaten ex-girlfriends.
oh no.
All right, second question comes from Cozy Posy. Question for both Fred and Guru Larry. Hello, you. From the previous research already done by Larry in his video, did both of you find any new information, or did you both already have everything in place? I'll actually open this and say the biggest thing that Larry provided was stopping me from going down trails that led to dead ends. Because there were many times where I was like, is there anything like behind this? And Larry would be like, no. And that's where he actually saved me the most time. Because a lot of the GameLife stuff I found pretty quickly, but I would have dug in too deep and found nothing if it weren't for him.
Oh, thank you. That's very
Yeah.
kind of you, sir.
It was
Unfortunately, I
helpful.
fell for those traps. That's why, and I didn't want another human being to suffer for them. So.
Exactly. No, like the thing about GameLife is there is hardly anything left of them on the internet. Like the original episodes are still there, and like the articles are left, but their forums are dead. It's not archived. Like Nothing about them is archived.
Well, it's like the early days, like the television and stuff like that they didn't bother with archiving because they didn't think it'd be worth anything in the future.
Yeah,
So
totally.
like, it's just like everything was dumped, and it's only now we think we notice the loss. And
Yeah, that's why we were mentioning the G-hole VHS tapes are rotting in someone's basement and they don't realize.
So I do have, sorry to interrupt here, I do have one piece of good news, and I wanted to save it until, I guess, now. So one of my friends that's currently going to college, she says that she downloaded a episode of the GameLife podcast, one of them. And it's on her home computer. She's going to check it later on.
Oh my goodness. We can
go a little bit further down the rabbit hole, maybe.
How can you have a GameLife podcast? It's like 90 minutes of heavy breathing.
If I remember right, it was me asking stupid questions and Andrew getting really, really mad at me, like progressively madder and madder. So I think I'll update you later on about that.
Oh, excellent.
Oh dear. I'm so excited. We need to have like a group listening session for this.
Oh no.
Oh, that'd be the best. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep this rolling.
Can
Third
you do
question.
tracks of podcasts then? I didn't know.
Oh. That'd be quality.
I think we'll be going to hell for that though, unfortunately. But...
Copyright infringement. Jojo's Dogtail asks, great episode, ma'am. This question is for Geoff. If you could step into a time machine that transported you back into your shoes during the height of GameLife, but you retained all you know now, is there anything you'd try to change or do differently?
These are very good questions.
Yeah, dude, no, my patrons are awesome.
Whew,
like just
this one's a
my
rough
viewership,
one, actually.
Yeah, my viewership in general is pretty awesome.
Oh man, this is going to hit me like a truck. I would probably have kept my shirt on a little bit longer than the other episodes. Probably would have. Well, I probably would have stuck it through with Andrew, and probably would have. If I absolutely knew that he was going to threaten his girlfriend, like days after Virginia Tech happened, I'd probably try stopping him there.
Evening.
Was it the same evening?
You had zero chance of stopping him because he'd done it that evening. So.
Oh God, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Well, I'd have to buy a plane ticket out there and just physically restrain him from like typing those letters on his keyboard.
Well, he was doing it for months.
Oh,
making threats for months.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow, what? Okay.
Yeah, he was doing it since like the previous year.
Okay, well, I guess there's no helping that. It's like
No.
It's like 999, where all destinies leads at the same destination or whatever that game. So,
So you subscribe to 999 and not Steins Gate.
I haven't watched Steins Gate, but I've heard
do
I
it.
should.
Do it. It's one of my
okay.
favorite shows ever, dude.
All right, I'll do it. That pushed it over the edge. I'm going to do it.
It's excellent, and it's weird. Okay, let's stay on track. That's all right. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. You would have stuck it out with him.
I would have, yeah. As much as I don't, there were a lot of really weird incidents and how Andrew, was into being really controlling about everything. I think knowing that what I know now, being an adult, I know that I could probably talk him down or had maybe a conversation with him. Maybe it wouldn't have gone that way, but I would like to see what would happen if I did it.
I think that's a curse of age, really, isn't it? You get more sort of wiser and tolerant towards these things.
Doesn't it suck, dude?
Yeah, it does.
All right, next question comes from Kelly Burke. Great video as always. Thank you. Can you elaborate more on the relationship between GameLife and Screwattack's Handsome Tom and Stuttering Craig? The video implies that Screwattack, or Handsome Tom at least, I think they mean Stuttering Craig, held a grudge until the very end, and I'm wondering if there was more reason for their bitterness other than GameLife's response to their audition tape. Thanks. So actually, I want to take a moment to address something, and I'm sure that a lot of my viewers were dubious about this, but there's a comment from Craig in the comment section of the video that's very heavily upvoted, I'm guessing, by his fans.
All three of them, yeah.
He claims that that a little bit of information in the video is wrong. He says that it was the other way around, that they invited GameLife. I don't know what he means by other way around, but he invited GameLife to come onto Screwattack, and they turned him down. He might be misremembering. But the video that I showed in the GameLife episode of Down the Rabbit Hole was titled Rejected GameLife Clip, or Rejected GameLife Video, or something like that. Rejected being the key term. It is possible that they did invite them onto Screwattack, but they definitely also submitted a clip that got rejected. Unless there's some other meaning to that title that I don't know.
So that is how I remember it personally.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because like the talks were between Stuttering Craig and Andrew, so I don't have any record or any memory of what they were talking about particularly. However, I do know that that clip exists because that was a submission for their show. I'm not sure if it was like some cross-promotion thing that was going on. However, one side of the story is definitely true. For your theory on maybe it was a cross-promotion, I don't know anything about that.
So to get to the real meat of the question, it implies that there was a grudge. To be honest, we don't have any real evidence for that. It was more of a gaffe. Do you want to expand on it a little bit, Larry?
Well, like I said, I remember him telling me that he was annoyed that they said they weren't big enough for him. I always remember him telling me that. So it could have been a mutual thing, but like you said, it's why would they have a video on their channel saying rejected? You don't. I mean, either that they're the massive biggest dicks on the planet or something. So no, they weren't good enough for us. So we'll make a video saying that for everyone to see they're not good enough for us. Which I wouldn't put past Craig, to be honest. But
yeah, it's like it was phrased as a joke because we don't have like any evidence that Craig actually was vindictive towards them, and the reason he tipped all of these places off was out of vindictiveness. It's very easy to interpret it that way, but there's a reason we didn't state it as definitive fact.
yeah.
All right, next question from Alicia Deogracius. I was very excited about this video, not gonna lie. Question for Larry. How was working with Fredrik on this collaboration? How did this differ from the stuff you usually post on your main channel? Also, really love your Fact Hunt series. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you. Working with Fred, he's a complete pain in the arse, to be honest. He get bugging me. Come on, you still need to write this script. Where are you, Larry? Where are you? Oh, for God's sake, what other things I do in my life? Fred, Jesus. Yeah.
I was a little bit of a pain. It's true. He's only exaggerating a little bit.
Yeah, he kept ringing me at 4 o'clock in the morning to write a script with him. So
yeah, I never did the math and was like, oh God, what time is it?
So I'm running on fumes and that.
It's always USA time.
Comedy.
No, it was poorly planned. I'll put it that way.
Yes. Well, then again, we did spend quite a bit writing on it. I mean, it was supposed to come out like a couple of months before, wasn't it, or something? Or?
No, not that much earlier before. More like a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
Like I ideally, but there were other things that had come up anyways. So like it wasn't just like you, it was a bunch of other stuff as well. So yeah, no worries on that front, but definitely like that whole planning scheme was poor on my part.
Oh no, it's all right. It's a learning experience, I suppose.
Yeah, no, so that's the thing. Like, Down the Rabbit Hole up to this point has been a very solo experience. I'm only now starting to work with other people. And, like, I'm not going to be doing any more guest hosts probably, but I'm still working with a graphic designer and a music composer who's writing stuff for Down the Rabbit Hole. So, like, working with them has definitely been a learning experience. And I'm going to be doing crossovers on other people's channels too, so it's at the very least been good practice.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for being so patient with me.
Yeah, you can't get any worse than this. That's what you're thinking.
It wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it was fun. It was definitely fun.
Okay, I'm glad. I think the script turned out great. Like, I know that there are some people who feel like I was throwing Larry under the bus after I was like, oh shit, people don't like it. But I was actually the one.
I said the same thing to you, didn't I? I said the same thing to you. Everyone's going to go, oh, I don't like this guy. Don't have him ever again.
Yeah, no, you definitely called that.
He's got an annoying voice.
Yeah, I'm just sensitive sometimes.
Oh, yes, I know. You stabbed me in the back for your own career. I know. I'm used to it. I want
What a sweetheart.
No.
Could you elaborate on that?
No. Oh. No, but for real, I was actually the one that was giving Larry the direction to be himself and add his own character, because I figure, like, why have someone on and not let them do what they're good at?
It's a thing that you're not going to win either way, really. I mean, if I try and change my voice to a style closer to yours, I'm either going to accuse me of ripping you off or being boring.
Yeah, totally.
No offense,
Julie. Yeah, Julie got that kind of criticism too.
Yeah. No, it's just it's the internet. Everybody's going to moan.
Yeah. But I personally really liked it. I thought it was a nice change of pace. It was nice editing someone else's voice for a change.
Yes, there's nothing worse than listening to your own voice for hours under end.
Oh, God.
Yep.
You know it. You know it.
Yeah, you know too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So when you first sent me the video and I had my coworkers come around and watch it, they all loved it. They were all so into it for the 30-so minutes. People just asking questions in the middle of it, and it was like really exciting. So I was very surprised when I saw a few discerning comments, but then I remembered it's the internet. So there you go.
Yeah, the like to dislike ratio on the video is still really good.
Oh, yeah,
it's about the same as still about the same. It's actually bad for my videos. I tend to have really, really absurdly good like to dislike ratios, but it's about the same as the Neopets one.
Oh, okay.
So it makes me feel like, it's a similar problem, people complaining.
You don't have to worry about dislikes. It's when people don't vote at all you need to be worried.
Yeah, totally.
USA.
But yeah, anyway, what I'm trying to say is thank you very much for doing this with me, Larry. It was
you're
nice.
Very welcome. Yes. That's a very polite way of saying I'm never having you on my channel again. But
no, I'm not. I mean, that's not you personally. I'm not having anyone else on because really, who can match up to me?
I guess I'm saying, once I've had yours on a guest, Larry, I can't find anyone better.
Hold on,
that's what you should have said.
Actually, like you're I reached out to you, as I recall. Like I was the one who reached out to you, and you're actually you're one of like 3 people I've reached out to be on the channel.
Who's the third person who ignored you?
I actually
go on, name and shame. Fred, come on, name and shame.
No, it's okay. I originally invited Cat Icarus.
Oh yeah.
To come on, and then we were talking about it, and it was like, well, then I realized, it's hard to fit other people into my channel.
Yeah, he's got an even more energetic voice than me, so he's going to be even worse, isn't he? So.
But no, instead, like, okay, that's spoilers. But I also talked with Nightmind, obviously, and he's like, we're really good buddies.
Oh, that's good.
But we'll be doing stuff in the future. Anyway. But yeah, that's like those are both like very sort of unique circumstances. You're the only person who I like kind of cold reached out to. Oh, yeah.
I feel honoured. Yeah. One day when you got 1 million subscribers and I'm still stuck where I am, I'll think of this moment. He saw potential in me. I did realise that they're like stuck at 600 subscribers for like 10 years, and the second I put my video up, they went up 6 subs. That was awesome.
GameLife is the gift that keeps on giving. It's so weird. It always comes back. It's a boomerang that just like no matter where you throw it, it always comes back, hits you in the head every time.
Yeah, it's like a boomerang made of dog shit.
Boomerang made of autism.
Oh dear. Oof. Big fucking oof.
I can't say anything.
That's a spicy meatball. Okay. Let's keep going. We got a fair bit left to go. Okay. Next up, Naganos. This episode's pretty good. I got a question. If GameLife got popular enough and wasn't prematurely ended by Andrew Rosenblum's bellicosity in 2007, do you think it could have gotten coverage by other media companies like Channel Awesome / That Guy with the Glasses and Machinima? I think this is a question for Larry, yeah.
I think it would have gone on game trailers because Screwattack went on game trailers and they got big. Well, thanks to James Rolfe. But yeah, they got big and they went on there. So they probably would have gone on to another website of some kind, maybe Destructoid or something like that. Somewhere. Kikizo, do you remember Kikizo? Them stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to remember that YouTube was fledgling at this point.
Well, yeah, people only put videos on YouTube as a sort of an afterthought because nobody could make any money for it, and YouTube was going out their way not to give anyone who made gaming videos any money.
Yeah, there was. Gamer. Yeah, I remember that was a really big controversy back in the day. People were really frustrated because the whole issue of game footage as fair use was still very much up in the air.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember that Andrew was talking to another.
To quote Digital Homicide, 60 frames of copyright infringement per second. Sorry, continue.
I just saw that episode. I remember that. Andrew definitely was talking to other companies, but then when that whole incident happened, everything fell apart. So they were never contacted again, from what I know.
What did it feel
they were
like
so close to reaching over, because I know that GameLife was starting to fluster a little bit in popularity, but if they got picked up by game trailers or game videos, I think game videos was the thing back then too. I think One Up owned it.
Yeah.
If they actually got picked up by those guys and continued with the MTV thing, I'm pretty sure GameLife would have seen much longer life.
Do you think they'd be around today?
No, probably not.
No.
It might have. Dave TV might have taken off, but GameLife
because
itself
Melissa
would
was
probably,
on it.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Had a movie out by now, so yeah. What did it feel like you watching all this from the sidelines as well? I mean, did you feel
myself?
Sort of like karma?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm an idiot 16-year-old, so I don't really know what I was seeing. But whatever I was seeing, I've never taken heroin or anything before, but that was the biggest high I've ever had in my life. It was watching these guys go at it in their very special way, and me just smiling cheek to cheek. Full 32 front teeth. Oh no, my computer turned off. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, what the heck is going on?
Went to sleep, probably.
It's not turning back on. Anyway, yeah.
All right, fingers crossed.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, sweet.
I'll come back. I do remember we used to play Shadowrun together, didn't we, Geoff? Online, do you remember that?
Oh my god. You mentioned that a number of times before. My memory back then has
I wish I
disappeared.
recorded it. Well, I just remember one day you rang up Andrew in the middle of the night, and he's half asleep when you kept trying to ask him questions.
I remember that. I remember everything. Yes, that was true. He had a gamer tag on there, and he friended me for a whole 3 days until he realized I'm not good enough to be his GameLife friend.
Oh dear, this is beautiful. Next question comes from Peter Melling. I've come around to really liking the video after my initial thoughts. It's a good little change of pace. That's.
Well, thank you.
What a sweet man.
Cheers, Pete.
My question is for Geoff. When did you first hear about Andrew's incident in 2007, and what was your initial reaction?
Oh, no. The initial reaction was, I think I read it on Destructoid, just randomly. No one even contacted me or did anything. I was just on Destructoid one day. I looked at the front page. I see Andrew Rosenblum's head on there. I'm like, oh, cool. He made a new GameLife episode after that whatever the hell episode 10 was. And then I read it. And I'm
the Wii launch party in the rainforest.
Oh my god, what just happened? So I call my friend at the time, and then he picks up the phone, and we're just sitting there in silence after the highs. And then he starts bursting out and laughing. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? This is Andrew over here. And we had no idea what happened to Andrew. I forgot what the article entailed, but I'm pretty sure like he was arrested at that point. And I thought that he was going to be gone for a very long time. Keep in mind, I don't know what laws are. I just know that you shouldn't be threatening your ex-girlfriend with Virginia-type threats, you know? Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened after that. It was just kind of a blur. It was so weird just hearing like this guy, because I didn't think he was capable of that. Like, I knew that Andrew was a little bit loose and very controlling, but I didn't think that he would just absolutely lose it with the Virginia Tech threat. Can I tell a story? This is actually a very good time. Something that I remembered after our interview.
Oh, please do, yeah, please.
All right.
So E3 2006, the one that One Up invited us to.
Yeah.
I remember we were...
I lost my mind seeing Sonic 06 and Too Human in the same video. I'm like, oh my God, 2006 was a terrible year for gaming.
we had... Yeah. But so... Andrew and Dave were running around. We had, the lines were huge. Everything was kind of crazy, getting from hallway to hallway, seeing all the exhibits, and we had interviews lined up somehow. And I just remember Andrew constantly wanting to go back and play the Wii the entire time. And Dave, the level-headed man of the group, is telling Andrew, we have to get to this interview. And Andrew starting to like throw a fit right there in the middle of the E3 show floor, saying, no, I want to play the Wii. And I could not stop laughing. I was like off in the side or anything like that, because the way that they were saying it, and then Andrew got a little bit physically aggressive at that point. And that should have been the red flag, but keep in mind that I'm 16 at the time. I thought that these are just kids walking around. But I remember Dave saying, Andrew, don't push me. And then I'm assuming that if they got in a fight before, Dave would definitely win. So Andrew kind of backed down after that. So
even though he wasn't the one willing to kick. Come on, kick.
Oh, GameLife kick. I didn't go back and I watched that because it's embarrassing even for me to see that. Like younger, because I was like, oh, I don't want to do this, so I'm gonna pretend that like I'm kicking by just like lifting my leg up. Who is this guy? But yeah, E3 was a clusterfuck. That's
all right.
My answer.
Where was this info when I was interviewing you the first time, man? I wish I knew this.
I'm so sorry. These memories are locked
I'm just
behind.
teasing
It's
you.
like okay.
I'm just teasing you. It's okay. Okay. Next question is a little more pleasant. God of Nekos asks, what is your fondest memory from GameLife, and how do you think that impacted your view of the show? Obviously for Geoff.
Oh. When I first met the GameLife crew in person at E3, when we were at the hotel lobby. Was that the only time you ever met them? That was the first and only time I met them. Kind of sad, but yeah. Meeting Melissa and Jim and going to their apartment and playing pop-in music, and then we met everyone in the hotel lobby, and then Andrew was there, and then Andrew's mom, who was asking me questions like, why do you like GameLife? Oh, I think it's cool. A bunch of kids got together and reviewed games. Don't you think it's kind of stupid?
What?
No, ma'am. I think GameLife gives me my daily dose of gaming goodness, or whatever I said at the time. It was a really fond memory, and taking all the stupid selfies with them, and those are lost forever. But life was good back then.
That's a great
don't
memory.
Don't get me wrong. Life, okay,
it's like
don't want to end on a negative. It's a depressing note there.
A bit part of gay life and downhill from there on.
What a horrible life I must lead if GameLife was the epitome of my life there.
Being on GameLife, I guess I'd die now. It's not going to get any better than this.
Next question comes from Callie Melton. My questions are for Guru Larry. How familiar were you about GameLife before recording the video, and how did you come to Fred about being in a video, or did he contact you? We already answered the latter half of that.
Well, basically, GameLife, it becomes sort of mini viral. Really, we were watching it because we were around just before like early YouTubes and stuff like that. Because most of early YouTube was like putting up videos of fat kids falling off skateboards back then. And stuff like that. So somebody come with a game video channel and that before anyone else, and that is quite interesting. And because of their physical and mental demeanours and that, it was hilarious to watch, to be honest. I mean, sorry, but it was. 200 years ago, you used to pay to go see freaks and that. You can go see it for free now on the internet, and that's basically what it was. So it was very sort of... Basically, it's like watching a really slow car crash, and so everybody kept turning around to look at these people turning to watching us. Something
It's probably the first game with a woman in it.
And you can get it in Sears for about $1. We got sort of fascinated with them, and that I think I spoke to. I don't know if I ever spoke to him, but we done a parody. Me and Wes and a couple other people done a parody of their website, and apparently Andrew saw it and he got really tearful about it.
Oh.
So, it's in my video. You never use it in your one, but yeah, stuff like that. That's how we learned it. It's basically from the internet. Basically the same way like Chris Chan, DSP and stuff like that. You know, you see people kicking up a fuss about being stupid and stuff like that, and it's just you just can't stop watching.
Yeah, like early forums, Something Awful featured them.
Yeah. I've a website called UK Resistance started talking about them over here.
Oh,
as well, and that was quite funny. Yeah,
interesting. You have quite a few questions coming up, Larry. Ooh. So the next one comes from Irvin. This question is for Guru Larry. The death threat debacle aside, of the 4 main GameLife personalities, which one did you think had the best shot of ultimately making it big in gaming media from the beginning?
Oh, I'd say Melissa by far.
Yeah. I agree.
She was definitely the most professional, and she's very knowledgeable as well. I mean, she was into import gaming and stuff like that, and I think that was way over the heads of the others, stuff like that. So she could have easily become a proper gaming journalist and quite respected as well. And that was matter.
Yeah.
I think Geoff was quite good as well. I think he was the most entertaining out of the lot.
Oh yeah, I'm a dumbass. Melissa had a very good grip on like PR and making sure that people understood what was going on, communicating messages to people. She was definitely the best, I think.
Interesting. So she, like, not only in front of the camera was she the most professional, but behind the camera too. Mm-hmm. That is not surprising at all, but I feel like I should have assumed that anyway.
Yeah, she's a marketing genius, I think.
Yeah. I mean, she certainly was getting herself out there. She had a career if she wanted. She was already doing an independent... what was it? She went to the Viva Pinata launch party. Mm-hmm. With Mario Lopez, was it?
I believe so, yeah.
Was there? Okay. Golly. It's just, it was so weird. Also, Antonio Banderas made an appearance in a GameLife video as well. At one of the launch parties. Yes.
Oh, wow.
He was, I think, at
the height of his Spy Kids career, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, not Antonio Banderas. I'm so sorry. It's help, Machete.
Julio Iglesias.
No, the person who played Machete.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. Why did I say Antonio Banderas?
Well, he was in Spy Kids as well, so that's the height of his career. Isn't it?
Oh no. Okay. Oh boy, I'm a dweeb. I do not keep up with celebrities at all. I'm terrible with their names. I don't watch enough movies with celebrities in them. Oh boy.
You need to watch Spy Kids more then, don't you?
Yeah.
I was going to say Spy Kids at least. There you go.
I actually watched that movie a lot when I was little. I loved that movie when I was a kid. Not anymore.
Do you ever see Sharkboy and Lavagirl? That was the epitome of those movies.
I've not.
Oh,
I've not seen that one.
Oh, you haven't? Well, you see George Lopez's on like a huge head on a robot, and that moment there is, and he's like laughing, and it's you need to see it. It's in the trailer, so if you don't want to sit there and see the movie, it's absolutely cinema magic.
All I can think of right now is the Dare
Cinema
music video.
tragic.
Which one?
The Dare music video from the
Oh,
Gorillaz.
the Gorillas, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's coming up. All right.
It's there.
The live. Have you seen the live performance of that?
I have not, no.
Oh my god! I'm gonna link it to you after we're done recording.
Oh,
It is
I need to see
fucking
that.
magic. Okay.
Nice.
Next question comes from Elvis Delaney. This is a question to Guru Larry, and also Fred if
Okay.
he has something to say on it. You've personally seen YouTube evolve from the edgy, underground, alternative media, where the goal was to produce things not seen on TV, to now some YouTubers eclipsing TV's popularity entirely. Do you think there's a danger of YouTube becoming too corporate and safe to the point of viewer alienation, as it could be argued TV did, which led to the creation of the first niche interest YouTube channels? And what do you think could be the next alternative media, if there is one at all?
Well, I think television's trying to get back onto YouTube because you see a lot of the trending things are TV shows.
Yeah.
Stuff like bloody James Corden every other video driving a car with some twat. And so that's why I don't even bother looking at the trending tab anymore because it's always full of that crap.
Oh,
But,
yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I don't think there's any progression I could think of anything at the moment. I mean, unless there's some sort of like second internet where they sort of put, where they put specialized television and stuff. I think the only other way is some of these big YouTube channels possibly get their own shows on things like Netflix or Amazon Video. Really, that's the only other progression I can think of. But again, it turns around full circle into television again. Mm-hmm. That's what I can think of at the moment. Unless they come out with some sort of laser thing that beams it into your brain or something. That's the latest medium.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, the progression, YouTube, like, sort of started moving in the direction of TV, and then TV just came onto YouTube. I'm specifically thinking channels like Cat Icarus, because I'd watch a lot of him. I still watch him. And, like, Brutal Moose, Peanut Butter Gamer, like, they kind of started moving into a more TV style, something you might see on G4.
Yes. Well, it's a shame, really, because the reason people go onto YouTube because they want to see stuff that isn't on television.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. All right. Next question. All right, Larry, you get a quick break.
Oh, phew.
Soga King Vinesmoke asks, first to Geoff, what would you say to or ask the GameLife crew if you could meet them all together again now?
Why did you do it, Andrew? What was going through your head? What the hell happened, man?
The fuck is wrong with you?
Come on.
Apart from autism.
Oh, dear.
No.
Don't worry, you can edit out my audio.
Okay.
It's just separate.
That's saying in.
Oh, thank you. That's right.
Just make sure you have a nice little pause in between, and make sure you edit it so it sounds more British, so people don't mistake it for me.
See, now I'm going to like turn up your audio and like go into Windows Movie Maker and make a title that's just autism flashing on the screen as you say that. And then I'm gonna post the clip to Twitter and see how how many people I can get on you.
Well, just post it on your main channel. That's the best way of getting people
Goodbye,
on me.
career. Goodbye. What would you like to say about the GameLife crew? I like to see where Melissa's at nowadays. I would like to see where all of them are at. I know that Dave was like leading a charity band or something like that. Alex, I'm not
System of a Down
sure.
syndrome.
Oh no!
Oh
no.
God, dude.
Sorry.
My heart can't take it anymore.
I might actually cut that one out.
Oh, I'm done with this question. I'm getting sniped so hard here.
I looked on that Andrew's Facebook page when I was editing the video, and he got married not too long ago, and Dave was his best man.
Wow, really?
Yes.
It's not the fake Andrew Rosenblum account, right?
Well, unless he's got pictures, brand new pictures of him. I mean, it's a really, really good fake account if it is, but they look really
Someone's
good.
stalking him.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get your photo?
Huh.
I think his mum was a maid of honour, though. That's a bit sad.
Okay.
So good. All right, let's keep rolling. We got quite a few more to go. Okay. The next one. So Soge King also asks myself and Larry, when were the both of you first exposed to GameLife's original run? What did you think of it at the time, and how has that perspective changed? I know I learned it from Larry's video.
Yeah. Oh, I got it from the days when they're coming out, but they weren't on YouTube. They were on game videos. That's when I remember seeing them. I don't know if it was their official upload, but yeah, that's where I saw them.
It looked like, so from what I could tell, I brought it up in the video, but it looks like they originally uploaded their videos to Google Video.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, cool.
Well, in those early days that everybody saw a video, so I'm having that, I'll put it on my channel. And that says lots of theft back then. So,
Yeah. It's
so
like, I prefer... Yeah, it's like, for those people who prefer it on this platform, I uploaded it for you. Yeah, that was rampant.
I mean, that's how Ashton's got big. From people stealing his videos and claiming to be him.
Oh, that's hilarious. They stopped short of actually, like, uncanning 50-year-old tuna.
Yeah, well, it's the old days when he was, like, unboxing those thingy old Chinese knockoff sort of LCD games.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Pop stations. That's it, yeah.
God, those are garbage. I had some. I didn't even try. I gave up after 2 minutes.
Well, they're
for most of them.
cheap. They're just like a cheap present for the kid to keep him quiet for 5 minutes, really, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I remember there was only one I ever actually enjoyed. That was like a Cookie Monster catching game.
Oh, that's official. That's an official product then, was it?
I think it was, yeah. I think that was official. It was actually pretty good. The buttons were quite nice. I rather like them. Okay, let's keep moving.
The buttons were quite nice. Thank you. Thank you for that input, Fred.
Yes.
I give it 8 out of 10. So
Quality.
If you could so you should send in a submission to GameLife back in the day. See, you could have started your career 10 years earlier, Fred. So.
The
Cookie
buttons.
Monster and Sears for about $1.
The buttons are they're really nice. You can. Oh, there's a cookie
It's
off
the
on
first game
the
you
right.
could play as a monster.
Oh no!
With the monster character.
Okay. Next question comes from Jacob Reed. Had the death threats in particular not occurred, do you think that GameLife would have updated and professionalized itself alongside other internet groups and personalities to ensure that it remained relevant, or do you think that it was always destined to end by Andrew's ego in one way or another? I personally think that if it kept on its own course, it would have died out of obsolescence.
Yeah, other people were just taking over. I mean, the quality... I think the man who invented the Auric computers, he said that whoever's on the leading edge tends to get impaled.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because, I mean, well, YouTube was kind of funny, right? As money started entering the equation, people with higher levels of professionalism and more experience were coming in.
GameLife did a good job of updating their formula, but they didn't update it in the ways that people wanted to see it. Like, for example, well, sometimes it would. Like, for example, Alex went from speaking really slow and I don't know what's happening, please don't hit me, to like him like speed running through his script to the point that like you could barely understand what he was saying.
Yeah. Sound like the Micro Machines guy on the end.
Right. It was actually funny seeing Alex go because he took criticism pretty personally, so he wanted to do better and better every time. Andrew thought that doing better was increasing the production value and getting a big screen TV and reducing the glare and a tripod. It was crazy. That wasn't what gave GameLife its charm. And so I don't think that they adapted in the right way.
I think they would become overclipped by other YouTube channels because they had the big wave of sort of ripping off the angry Nintendo nerd, wasn't it? Everybody's doing a sweary YouTube channel.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, people...
I'd rather stick this game up my urethra and shit like that. You know? Play this game. Yeah.
I think that after you achieve popularity, there's a really strong tendency to want to play it safe and to just start copying other people instead of doing what made you popular in the first place. Mm-hmm. Like, I see it happen. I've seen it happen to a lot of channels, and that definitely was happening with GameLife. It's like, instead of being this weird little quirky thing, it was just a worse version of everything else on the market.
Well, it's that mentality: if it's not broke, don't fix it. But people keep sticking to it, even though everything's changing around them.
Yeah,
well.
It's like you got to find the right balance, and of course, you always have to want to improve. Yeah, continual improvement is a necessity.
There was no triage or anything that went on for GameLife. There was script writing, but it was very, very brief, and it never ended up like the product that they intended to get out and stuff like that. So
Andrew ran out of crayons, did he?
Oh dear.
He ran out of the dotted paper, so I'm joining you just for that one, okay? Anyway,
I'm staying far away from this.
Share an apartment in hell together.
No. Okay, I'm done again. Sorry, I'm done.
Ooh. All right. Next question comes from Zephronius. Question for everyone, I suppose. Let's say Andrew comes out of hiding next week and wants to start on YouTube again as a legitimate reviewer. Lots of hypotheticals. Would he even have a shot? Would his history compel any kind of audience, or would he be quietly forgotten, provided he didn't provide a dramatic and explosive spectacle again? And for Geoff specifically, if he asked you to help him on his hypothetical new show, would you? Cheers.
Cheers. Yes.
All right, so the first part of that question, would Andrew have a shot? I mean, did he go to film school? Because right now, it's really hard to do anything on YouTube if you don't have some sort of experience or talent or skill you're bringing to the table.
I think he did go to film school. I think that was his major.
Was it?
Yeah, it's really funny because GameLife was a thing, but now that you say it, yeah, Larry, help me out here.
It was, okay. No, it's just news to me, I'm afraid.
So. Oh, fuck.
You're on your own here, Geoff.
Damn it. I'm going to say that he went to film school. I'm pretty sure. Maybe he changed majors, but it's really weird because, I remember it had to be film school because that was what inspired him to do his thing. Unfortunately, it was probably some, ITT Tech film school or something like that because, like, GameLife Episode 1 existed and it showed absolutely no regard for anything that you would learn day one in film school. But, yeah.
I use a tripod.
The tripod is very expensive. It's a luxury. I don't know. Yeah. Well, anyway, sorry. Go ahead and answer the question, and I'll jump in whenever.
Oh, okay. Well, I think nobody knows who he is. It wasn't for the fact for our two videos existing, he would be an absolute nobody nowadays. The world moves on really, really quickly, especially the internet world. That's drama. It's all drama and in the past and that. People forget about it. So if it's not, wasn't for dickheads like us trying to ruin his career for life.
No. I thought we were just uncovering the past here. Everyone was saying this is a nice thing we're doing.
When it's money involved, we don't care. To make fun of people in the...
No. I'm here to help people realize that Andrew was a misled man that might have pushed Dave soul. Because he wanted to play the Wii. He just wanted to play the Wii. That's all he wanted to do.
It just sounds like his epitaph, doesn't it, in the newspaper? He just wanted to play the Wii.
I'm just waiting for the Saw music to start playing here, and then we start having flashbacks of everything that he said, and I was like, oh my god, all he wanted to do was play a Nintendo.
Yeah, well, he's probably happy he can buy all those Wii games for about $1 in Sears now. They're closing down.
God damn it, dude.
No, like I said, I don't, and I think because of his mannerisms and cohesion, unless it's like trolls watching him and making fun of him, that he wouldn't really go anywhere, to be honest. I mean, there's a tsunami of far better people out there doing stuff.
Yeah.
the
So
whole
I think the
awkward-
only way you'd reach popularity is through trolls like Darkside Phil. Still, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole awkward video game reviewing thing doesn't hold as much appeal as it would nowadays. Like things like Something Awful have also taken a turn for the worse with popularity-wise. I mean, it's because everything has turned to be about monetization and stuff like that. Then YouTube is actually looking towards promoting better products that better represent what is easy to market. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah. So you wouldn't help him, is what you're saying?
No,
by
no,
saying-
Yeah, fuck him. I'm the famous
Dude, I would
one
take
now.
the first flight down there. I mean, assuming that he's still locked up like Hannibal Lecter and he's not going to do anything. But I'm
In his mom's basement, it was
might,
house arrest.
he might harm me. I don't know. Like, if all of a sudden Andrew Rosenblum sends me an email saying like, come here tomorrow, help me record GameLife X or something like that.
Tell nobody.
Tell nobody.
No,
I would
he
be a
called
little
Game
cautious.
Afterlife.
But I would do it. I would still come through.
Yeah.
It's an like, if you were in my position, you would do the same thing, right?
No, I don't. There's nothing. It's been 10 years and that. It's hard to keep a grudge after an entire decade. You know, It's
Yeah.
like another lifetime now, really.
For sure. Yeah, and that's how I
So-
think of it.
And it's hard work to keep a grudge for that long, to be honest, as well. So,
Yeah.
I don't think Andrew's dangerous at all. So. Just putting that out there.
yeah, he's come along with in a straitjacket.
Hello, Clarice.
Now he's just... Unless he gives you a Cursey Hameha.
I love a nice Chianti. You can get it in seeds.
It's like, can I make you a mixed drink? I call this one the Virginia Tech.
Oh no!
It's like a Bloody Mary.
Oh no! Next question comes from Devin Schubely. Question for Fredrik. Were there any videos of GameLife that you could not find for this down the rabbit hole? Or were they all there in one form or another across the internet? So I couldn't find the G-Hole videos, obviously.
No.
Those are gone. Until
Yeah,
now,
working
the
on archive
podcasts
as well.
have been gone.
All of them except for one.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. But GameLife did not produce terribly much. I think that there were other interviews that were done with them, but I think they're pretty buried. They may have been hosted on the magazine's own websites, and videos lost after that time. I think, you know...
That magazine interview I gave you, that was an absolute nightmare to me to find.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, that was nice. There were a few things, like a lot of the stuff that Larry had found was like I mentioned, the biggest thing was it's making sure I didn't go down trails that didn't lead anywhere. But there were a couple of gems in there that were really nice. All right, next question comes from Ark Axon. So if you're not familiar, Ark Axon is the person who does my graphic design now. So if you're familiar with the chronological Final Fantasy House video, he did all the visuals.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well done, Ark.
Yeah, he's great. And for some reason, he's my patron. It's kind of
So
funny.
you give him money and he gives it back to you.
Yeah, I know. It's really...
You're doing it wrong, Ark. You're doing it wrong, mate.
I've straight up pointed this out to him, and he's like, no, it's fine.
Just do it for free then, mate. I mean,
He gives you graphics and he gives you money. That's great.
I've tried to tell him. The dude's a goof. He's actually the best, though. He's a huge
He sounds
sweetheart.
like a really nice guy.
Oh, he
treasure
is.
him
He's
forever.
he is actually one of like the nicest people I've ever met. It's
I
unreal.
should hope so if he's giving you money for
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm
What are you one of
I'm
my
still,
patrons, Ark?
I'm trying to talk him out of it. But man, dude's a sweetie. So he says, question for all. What was the most interesting part of GameLife for each of you personally? For me? Ooh, come back to me. Larry.
Okay, I think can you let Geoff go first for this? I think he's probably more valid than me.
How many times
Sure.
can we pass the buck?
The most interesting part of GameLife was the fact that it existed to begin with. That some planets aligned, and these three wonderfully adjusted kids came together to shoot something that ended up on MTV one day. Crazy stuff. All right, passing it on.
Yes. Oh, okay.
All right,
No,
all right.
I agree with that somewhat as well, totally as well. No, I just enjoy. I think it's the reviews and that, and I think in a historical way, sort of interesting how they review games as like considered retro nowadays as well, and they just come out and stuff like that. So that sort of. Actually, no, I'm just talking bollocks, to be honest. No, sorry. I don't know where I was going with that one, but no, it's like I said, it was just as a whole. It's just like fascinating how this came to be and became so popular.
Yeah,
and also how it became so buried. Everybody forgot about it.
yeah, I think that's the thing about GameLife is there's no particular part of it that was like really remarkable. I think it's the fact that it existed at all and it managed to attract such a viewer base, both, sarcastically and earnest.
Yeah. It probably existed because there's no other competition back then either. I mean,
Well,
if they
not
come on
enough.
today, that'd be buried instantly. So
Yeah. So just like there was a period in time in which GameLife could flourish. That's the
Yeah.
most interesting part of GameLife. It's not even GameLife itself. Poor guys.
it's basically the right time at the right place. Really.
So next question comes from Der eine Schwarzrabe, who is a very, very close friend of mine. If you know...
I know if you managed to pronounce his name correctly.
Yeah, what is that?
German, like the Black Raven.
Ooh.
Doesn't really like. So okay, we'll keep going. Hey, Fred and Larry, I just wanted to tell you two did a great job on this episode. By the way,
thank you.
this person is super duper crazy sweet. It was really cool to have you in there, Larry. It was something different, but a good different. I say the episode wouldn't be as good without you.
Oh, bless you, sir.
Yeah, there were a lot of people who thought that. There were a lot of people who really liked having you on. So, question for Geoff. Hope you're well.
Yeah, fuck you too. I'm talking to Geoff.
Hello.
I think Vex wanted to acknowledge. Their name's Vex. They wanted to acknowledge us because they're a sweetheart.
Oh, bless him.
They're really thoughtful. But was there any idea you had or project you wanted to do back at GameLife then, but could not because of various reasons? And do you still wish to do it? Love, Burb Friendo.
Yeah, so there was a local game shop that I was just going to go around, do my Geoff GameLife thing, and that they agreed to. That they were like, oh, hey, these guys actually have publicity. And it would make no sense because no one is going to actually be in Tallahassee, Florida to actually do that. Maybe like 3 people, but it's not really going to give them publicity. Last minute, they took a look at the rest of the GameLife segments because they knew me and they liked me and they wanted me to do that thing. But then they saw the rest of the GameLife segments and they're like, oh, no. We don't want to do this. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. However, if I could go back and do that as a 16-year-old, I think that would have been really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's legit. Next question comes from Slim Steven. Larry was a great guest. As someone who has his own YouTube channel, I am aware of what I can do. What part did they think that their quality of their content was good to just post up and get so many views? Did they ever talk about it? And the reason why would be my question. So basically, like, I think that this is coded for, like, why did they think they were so good?
Like
what
ego.
part?
Ego.
Yeah, what did
Just
they?
ego.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think he's asking like our opinion as YouTubers. It's like why did he think his ability was so great? Because it did seem like his ability was beyond what he thought it, or was not quite where he thought it was.
Oh, would you like me to start?
Oh no,
Yes, please. Yes, please.
like I think he's asking Larry.
Oh, Larry.
okay.
But you're welcome
my
to
fault.
answer.
No, go ahead.
No, I honestly think it's ego. You get a small bit of attention and you just think you're brilliant, especially if you get fans that just say everything, you're really good, fantastic, and that you get no criticism whatsoever. Or you get to a point there, any sort of criticism whatsoever comes along, and you think it's a troll or something or a hater and stuff like that. So, and they get immediately shut down, and you only listen to the fans and stuff like that. So, that builds up an ego as well.
Mm.
So it's inclined the ego there.
By the way, Geoff, sorry I completely shut you down. You want to speak to this too?
Oh no, my heart's already broken and I can't pick up the pieces. So yeah, that'll be it for no. There was nothing. I did not listen very well to the question. I'm reading here right now, so
it's okay. It's okay.
Right.
So the question was sort of why did they think that their quality of their content was good enough to just post up and get so many views?
Oh yeah, because when Something Awful first posted GameLife episode 1. There were a few trolls that were tongue-in-cheek making fun of them, but they were sending them to the GameLife guys, and the GameLife guys were looking at it and were like, oh, this is cool. People really like our stuff. We got to do a second episode. And it just sort of built up from there, I think. There was a lot of ego in the way of ignoring all the negative posts and all the red flags that were there, like being posted on the front page of a website that's called Something Awful. But, yeah.
It's a little Chris Channy in retrospect then.
Just a little bit.
All right. We got 3 more. Next one is from Talons of Ice and Fire. For all of you, do you think GameLife had any impact on how web series, gaming, or otherwise would be created? And if so, is there anything specific? Also to Larry, congrats on being one of the last creators to remain on channel. Awesome. Glad to see you in a collab.
I was waiting for that, yeah. Well, I'm secretly trying to get Fred onto this channel awesome. That's why I done it. So.
Oh, Christ.
I'm headhunting. Yeah, we abandoned. There's a very empty ship at the moment, and just wondered if he wanted to come on and ruin his career, really.
The spoony Fredrik.
I'll make a new series called Dehydrated. So, in retrospect, there definitely is. I think that GameLife does have a legacy. There are little things, especially the way that sometimes they were more candid about what they were reviewing. I think that there was a tendency for people to be very scripted a little bit after GameLife. But then after some time passed, and you look to gaming content creators nowadays, they will still have segments that aren't scripted and are more off the cuff. And I think that sort of harkens back to trying to capture that intimacy that GameLife captured.
But is it from men, though?
That's a big question.
I mean, but they are a magazine-style show, really, and sort of they've been going since like a 1940s on television and stuff like that. So.
Well, at the same time, I also wonder... the fact that they could make it big, I think, also inspired a lot of creators. Like, they got a deal with MTV. It's like, fuck, if they can get a deal with MTV, so can I.
Yeah, 10 years later, I still ain't got mine. So.
Yeah, no,
still a bloody nobody.
I totally agree with that. I think what people see is that lower quality content can be good, and if these guys can do this, then I can do it as well. And I think it played a small part, if any part at all, a small part in getting people to just put lower quality content, like uploading Let's Plays that have no editing or snorting on the mic and not editing that out, or pointing a camera at the screen for many, many years and having your name Darkside Phil and stuff like that.
I was pushing buttons.
Oh, I love that guy.
Well, you pay for his Patreon, don't you? So.
Hell no. What? No. What is this blasphemy? What are you talking about?
You said he was on his Patreon page earlier.
Oh, yeah. No, just to look at his numbers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just laugh. I was made $100 less this month. Yes.
Yeah, no, it was in my autocomplete there.
Do not violate the Prime Directive.
I just got his and Spoonie's page up permanently on my web. So.
Does he have a Patreon too?
He does.
Oh.
He was getting $5,000 a month at one point.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was getting $5,000. That was the threshold for him to make the Spoonie movie, and even he didn't know what that meant.
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that was part of your video.
All right. 2 more. Adam D. Goff asks, This says, this was solid. I'd love to see you do more interviews in the future. I agree. I think that having an interview with Geoff was really wonderful.
Oh, thank
Question
you.
for all. In your humble YouTube/professional opinion, do you think a series with the quality/personalities of GameLife would have a chance on YouTube today? No.
Only ironically.
Only ironically. Yeah.
I'm with you.
And minor request, Fredrik, could you keep us updated if any new information comes to light? Like if any former members of GameLife come out and speak due to the episode. Well, I mean, we already kind of discussed that. Geoff potentially has an in on one of the old podcasts, so definitely.
Yes. And if any former GameLife members come out to speak, please talk to me again. I love you, Andrew. Please come back.
Forgive me, Andrew.
Forgive me. I didn't mean it.
Take me back. Take me back. I've been out in the wilderness for 10 years.
We can make GameLife come back. GameLife X. It's like Mega Man X. Everyone liked X more.
It'll be your decadely dose of gaming goodness.
In the year 20XX, Andrew Rosenblum comes back.
He's still in front of his shitty projection television.
Hi, Fred. Thanks for having us along here.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll never hear from us again. It'll be the final video.
Down the rabbit hole, autism edition.
Yeah.
No.
Is it?
Next week we'll have JonTron.
Oh dear, yeah, yeah. Well, that'd be. Let's see. So if this is the autism edition, then JonTron would be the racist edition, and then we can get.
People like you should be talking to people like me about GameLife. Blah blah. I forgot how the line went, but.
Do you often get people coming up to you asking about GameLife still, is it? It's finding in the past for you.
Sorry, what?
I said, do you still get people coming up to asking you about GameLife?
Only when people bring it up out of the past, like you and Fred. Yeah, pretty much.
Just opening our own wounds.
I had my old boss, Keats from Iron Galaxy, just like, I didn't know that you did this after your episode on it, Larry. I almost called you Gary there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Keith.
So
thank you.
It's really... Do you know the guy?
Who are you again?
No, I don't.
You're Gary. You're Gary.
Gary. Oh, man. That no breakfast thing is starting to get to me now. We're almost there, though.
I haven't eaten breakfast either.
Oh,
Not really. I got like a quarter of the way through my cereal, and now my frosted mini spooners are all soggy.
It should have been like a GameLife tribute there. You eating and snorting. Actually, that's the Dark Side Field tribute. Never mind. Whatever.
Yeah. I had crumpets for breakfast, so I don't think you get any more British than that, really.
All right. Last question.
Ooh.
Caleb Jokinen? I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce it. It's a J at the beginning of his last name. I actually see quite a bit of my younger self in Andrew, taking a small, fun project too seriously, thinking my minor successes will be my big break or make me better than others. Boy, you're not the only one. I think this is a trait I outgrew, however. What was different in Andrew's life that he felt he needed GameLife to be his big break? And did you guys ever have an incident like this? Love all of you. I don't think he realized that he did. I don't think he made it out to be his foot in his door as it was. I think it was just he had fame thrown upon him for doing it. I mean, he would have been happy with just a couple of people watching it. Really, I think originally it's just because it exploded that everything sort of cascaded. Yeah, like it was unintentional, and he just kind of rolled with it. Like,
yeah, when they made episode 1, I don't think that they had any plans of doing an episode 2 until something awful gave them the spotlight that they needed. And they were like, oh,
yeah.
wow, people really like this. They love us. So we'll go ahead and do it.
I was confident enough that was the case that I even mentioned it in the video without any like corroborating accounts about it. It's just like, because plenty of people did that. Like, it was when I was little, I made my own home movies and like that weren't meant to be viewed by anyone. Like, just for the sake of creating.
You showed to your friend or your parents, really, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, my parents were in it.
Oh, okay.
This was when I was like 4 or 5.
Oh, so a couple of years ago then. So.
A couple of years.
It's like last week. So.
I'm finally old enough that I can't count my age on my fingers.
Unless your parents are related to each other, then you can.
Oh dear. That was good. That was good. But I definitely had some projects like that when I was in high school. The one specifically I remember, I had a book that I was writing. I think I got 70 pages into it or something. It was called Planet Hoppers, and I remember getting 70 pages into it, going back, reading over some of it, and being like, I'm not good enough yet. Like, I actually cut myself off because I realized it wasn't going to be as good as I wanted it to be. Like, if I was really going to put this much work into it, I had to be better.
You learned to cut your babies, did you?
Oh yeah.
That's a rough one. I totally feel on that. That's a big reason why I personally stopped making so many videos and stuff like that, because it was a hobby for myself, but realizing, looking through, I'm like, I don't really like my content that much or whatever. So it's just, I only made it a hobby.
Yeah.
I think, you grow up and your tastes change over time.
Exactly, yeah.
So.
Like, for example, I will not be caught watching my own segments of GameLife ever again.
I did like that one where you went to Disney Quest and got kicked out for doing
Okay, that was bad.
That was a great video.
That was very good, actually. No, I changed my mind. That was great.
I actually saw I saw that segment. I remember I was watching it. I watched that episode of GameLife just after I watched Kevin Perjurer's Defunctland video.
Wait, did he do
about
one on
Disney
Quest? Oh,
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, it's a good video.
Kevin
It's a great.
Perjurer.
All right, just Defunctland is great. If you
I've
enjoy
been
Down
on
the
his-
Rabbit
I've been
Hole,
on his
you're
website
going.
as well. So
Yeah.
I love their
on
Nick
everything.
Hotel
I'm
one.
omnipresent.
No, if you like Down the Rabbit Hole, go watch Defunctland because that's great too. Very much in the vein of Down the Rabbit Hole.
The Nick
I like-
Hotel, the Action Land, or whatever it was called. Those were amazing
Action
episodes.
Park, innit?
Action Park, that's it.
Yeah.
The Nick Hotel gave me this really strange, abject response. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that instead of like spending the money on something else? I grew up camping, so
okay.
I don't see the point of those kinds of resorts.
Why spend billions on a resort when you can just have a tent?
Yeah, and have way more fun.
Yeah, getting attacked by bears and mosquitoes. Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
a bit
dude.
more fun.
Yeah, I like AC, but that's just me.
Oh no, I don't go camping in the dead of summer. Screw that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I go in the dead of winter when there's nobody about.
No, I like the rain. No,
Oh,
this
okay.
is great.
Yes.
Camping
It's
on the
not
coast
camping
is
unless
great.
when your fingers falls off.
That's what campfires are for, you dingus. Campfires and little hot they're
I'd be
those
afraid my
chemical
tent would
hot
catch on
packs.
fire, and then like everything was just. I just want to go home now.
Well, you don't make the campfire in the tent, you dingus.
No, that's really dangerous, isn't it? Yeah,
That's a good
smoke.
game life idea.
Yeah. That's fine.
All right, guys. Today we're going to show you
Daily
how to
dose of
make a
suicide.
fire. First of all, use your tent as Kinder.
I give the third degree burns 8 out of 10.
Back to Andrew in the Andrew Lounge.
Did
You can pick up burning stick at Sears for $1.
Did you speak to Alex much? Because he always seems to be like the one on the end that nobody ever bothered with.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think I got out of all the members, I got closest to Alex. I think.
Yeah, I talked about him a little bit. Maybe a little bit outside of the interview, but I remember you described Alex as being like just really shy and reserved.
Yeah, he was very shy and reserved. He was
Very-
actually
very intelligent.
incredibly smart. Yeah, I'm pretty good at Tetris, and he was able to like beat the shit out of me every single time. Like there was like no hope for me. I'd say I'm pretty like decent at Tetris. I know how to like T-spin and stuff like that. But this guy, I don't know, his brain was wired like way differently in a good way, in a super nice way. Everyone's beautiful no matter what. Let me just make sure I put that out there. But anyway, Alex was.
Apart from me. just full of hate has made me ugly over the years. Let me back, Andrew, please.
Oh, Andrew, come back. This is all. But yeah, Alex
I'll rub your
he
hump.
had security issues and stuff like that. We were actually working through it him and I, and he was actually improving a ton before the whole Andrew situation happened, and then that's why they all kind of disappeared.
All right. Well, that's all of our questions. We're done. We're free.
Hey,
Yes, no more incriminating words.
waiting for my pink slip in the mail here. But yeah,
No,
dude, thank you so much for having me. I really had a ton of fun both times.
I was really glad I could have you both. I likely won't be doing another Q&A like this again, so I saw the opportunity.
Oh.
You know, I wanted to give my patrons the opportunity to ask you guys questions. It just made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Sorry to ruin
cool.
it the first and only time, but hey, you
What?
know, that's what we're here for.
Yes, I do
No,
apologize,
it was Larry.
patrons.
It was Larry that ruined the episode. Damn it, Larry. No.
I want to take some credit too.
Even his annoying voice, it sounds too energetic compared to yours.
Yeah, it's like accents.
Which is weird because I had the flu at the time when I was recording that, so I was like really drowsy. I was sort of chugging down Mountain Dew just to stay awake.
I thought you sounded fine.
Yeah. Oh,
That
okay.
was just me.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
No, you sounded great. I when I was cutting it together, I messaged you even. I was like, your voice works really well with this. Like,
Oh, thank you.
this is good.
It's a shame you haven't got the same mentality as 50% of your audience, though.
Yeah, no, it's they're overrepresented in the comments. It's like, yeah, I probably won't be doing another guest host because I do agree it doesn't really fit the tone of the show. But it was a really nice change of pace. And it was really nice having you on, and thank you for all the help.
Yeah, the variety is really good. You know, like what you were saying before, people like playing it safe, and I think it's really good that you played a little bit of variety. It's good testing things out, throw a bunch of stuff at the wall, see what sticks, sort of thing. You know?
Yeah, I experiment a lot in my videos, and people don't always recognize it. But it's why the videos have gotten better over time.
Yeah.
It's because I'm constantly trying out new things, new little ways of doing things to help make the atmosphere better. Anyway,
words
I'm
of a
talking about
winner.
myself now.
Oh,
But anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for watching, listening. If you made it here, congratulations.
Yes, we feel sorry for you.
You fucking trooper.
thanks, guys.
You must be skipping this video, you bastard.
Make sure to buy our game.
Yes. You mentioned your game, Jeff.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Yeah. So we're working on a game called Override, and it is a 4-player mech brawler game, and it's all about stomping on cities and beating up aliens and joining mechs Voltron style and just having a lot of fun. And that's coming out on December 4th. Sorry for the plug. We didn't agree on this. So
It's all good. No, it's fine. And then Larry's got his book coming out really soon.
I have, apparently.
Larry, you have a book?
I have.
What?
Yes, a fact hunt.
Yes.
Can I get on
Fact
Amazon
hunt book.
right now?
No, it's not out. It's not out for.
It's not
next
out yet.
October,
Oh, crap.
so.
Whoops.
Unless you pay for it on Unbound and you get it early.
That's what I did.
Yeah, actually link me after this.
Oh, okay. So yes. So
Yeah.
I've got the fact hunt book coming out. I've almost finished writing it, so
It's looking
it'll
good.
be coming soon. Thank you.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Little bit of behind the scenes stuff. And again, Larry, Jeff, thank you, both of you, for lending your time.
Yes.
No problem,
We are
man.
getting paid for this, aren't we?
I'll meet you out back in 5.
Oh.
I'm used to free labor, so it's all good.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.